Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize for being late. A lot going on, obviously. So I don't really have a question. I appreciate the witnesses being here today and sharing with us the information that they've provided us. Appreciate the committee holding the hearing. I just want to take a minute to brag on the Republican leader of the Veterans Committee, because 2.5 years ago in my community, our CBOC attempted to, working with community leaders, they had a plan for expanding mental health facilities. City of Denton is about 100,000 people and has a pretty active CBOC. It is pretty much maxed out with the number of people they can see. So the idea was provide mental health services off-site in a satellite facility. And I thought we had everything worked out. Again, this was July of 16. And at the last minute, the VA said, you know, we're really not interested in doing that. And it was, I've got to tell you what a crushing defeat that was for people at United Way who'd put a lot of time into it. I had some community leaders who'd stepped up, who'd actually offered to underwrite, to fund the rent on this satellite location. So that was a pretty tough day. We did subsequently meet with the local folks locally at the VA, and I think they understood after that meeting the depth of the anxiety that I felt as the member of Congress in that area because of the decisions that were made that day and how disappointing it was. And here we had people from United Way who'd stepped out and really stepped up to provide this service, and they felt that they were disrespected in the process. So fast forward to today, and thank you, former chairman, Republican leader Phil Rowe, Dr. Rowe, got involved with the secretary and helped him to understand how devastating that was to our community to have that happen, how devastating it was to me personally. And then we had an opportunity for 3 psychiatrists that were identified who could populate an outpatient center or a satellite center. And I'm happy to tell you, Monday I toured the physical facility that they will occupy. It is large enough that they'll also be able to incorporate some other veteran services. It looks like in addition to the 3 psychiatrists that they have hired, there will be another 3 or 4 ancillary mental health people to help take the load, and that'll be a big plus. There'll be a whole separate area for telehealth because we are right on the frontier. Where the west of us is rural West Texas, so there is lots of need that historically has been hard to meet because of the dispersal of the population. So it's a good news story, and you were involved, and I just want to thank you publicly because I don't think without your involvement, well, it would not have been as straightforward and as easy as it was. Again, certainly I learned in July of 2016, things that happen with the agency sometimes can be very convoluted and it's sometimes difficult to understand, but you helped them understand how important it was to the veterans in Denton, Texas. So I thank you for that and really have no questions. I just wanted to publicly acknowledge the work that Chairman Rowe did.
Thank you, Dr. Burgess, and how I explained that to the secretary was the hardest part is finding 3 psychiatrists. The building we can do. And so once they understood that, I said that's the hard part. They've got the hard part done. So thank you very much for that.
Well, thank you, Dr. Burgess, for sharing that.